it's Kyng. I'm gonna take a break from tutorial videos today in order to tell you something that I felt at first didn't need to be said. It's been over 400 years, yet we as a people have never been free. Our chain has only gotten longer, and now we're finally causing enough tension to break it. We need as many people as possible in order to support this cause. Our society has been held back from our true potential for as long as it's existed because the discrimination hasn't diminished in the slightest. They hate to hear that these people have wrongly killed innocents due to their poorly hidden discrimination slowly appearing through the cracks. So they call us suspicious. So they call us threatening. So they call us animals. All to save face. They do everything they can in order to take the blame from the oppressors. But the tallies have been adding up, and it just isn't making sense how a doctor can get sued or arrested because of malpractice, but an officer who's supposed to enforce the law can shoot first with no questions, then go home to his wife and kids right after he files the report saying he felt he was in danger by a guy without a gun. Why doesn't he go and tell Breonna Taylor that he was suspicious in her own home? Tell her wrongfully incarcerated boyfriend that he can't fire shots at someone who breaks in where he's sleeping. Tell George Floyd that kneeling on his neck was a proper punishment for spending what you claim was a fake dollar bill. Let's go way back, shall we? Tell Terrence Crutcher that his hands held high could have still reached for a gun if you didn't shoot him first. Tell Alton Sterling that he could have shot you while his face was on the ground, so you shot first. Tell Philando Castile that even though he told you he had a gun like he should have, you still thought he'd reach for it. Tell Freddie Gray that running makes him a criminal automatically. Tell Eric Garner that choking him was easier than searching him. Tell Tamir Rice that even though you had a vest on, you were more worried about him shooting you instead of asking him to put the gun down. Tell Trayvon Martin that Skittles in a hoodie is a suspicious combination. Tell the protesters out on the streets that the only difference in treatment they get for using their First Amendment rights is that they're hit with rubber and not metal. Go on, tell the world how messed up these people in power really are. I've got hundreds of names to get my point across, and I'm not afraid to say them. How many more people need to die before it's well aware that we won't stop before we get what we deserve? We aren't protesting to retaliate. We're protesting using our First Amendment rights, which we are legally allowed to do, just so we can all be treated the same. Yet so many non-violent citizens of this country are met with brute force and pain. Is this really how our country's system operates? We thought we were getting somewhere, but apparently our government has focused more on its military power than its people. Why is it that when we dispute with others with foreign policies, at the same time we fight ourselves with generalized hate and chaos, started by the ones who claim to establish discipline? Police brutality should be resolved by saying, okay, it's your right to protest. You have a point. Not by saying you have the right to remain silent. There are wonderful individuals who handle these situations well and understand our plights. The people who cause the problems are the ones who assume the worst from others. They act according to false claims instead of taking the occupation seriously and judging those based on their actions, not appearances. But not only that, these same people are protected from the wrath of the law, and that isn't right. Not even the president is above the law. And yet these people get away scot-free almost 99% of the time. These people in power are so afraid to lose face that they've allowed this country to be flipped upside down. And now that it's on its back, we are the ones to rise and take advantage of this situation. We are no longer going to be looked at as troublemakers. We are no longer going to be looked at as rioters. We are going to be treated as citizens of this country like we truly are. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but the day is coming. And that's all I have to say.